Hold on. There we go. I have my mic off. Hey guys, how are you? This is Neena Perez, and this is Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. I am here on WINJECT TV. It's WINJECT Radio. It's presented by WINJECT Studios, and I love being here. I'm here every Monday, as you guys know, and if you don't know, you need to find out, okay? So every Monday, 11 a.m., here on WINJECT TV and on Straight Talk, No Sugar Added. And so WINJECT to me has been amazing. And as you guys probably already know, podcasting and all of this is like the new radio, right? It's more engaging. I get to speak with you. I get to be with you. I get to connect with you. And WINJECT is helping us, like as podcasters and community, find everything we need, but all in one place. And so that's why I always give them a shout out when I start, because I love the community that they're helping me build. Like my podcast has grown by 300%. That's no joke, right? So I love them. I love what they're doing. And if you want to know more about WINJECT, go ahead and email me, hello@straighttalknosugaradded.com, and I will make sure to send you all of the information that you need to find out more. All right. So go ahead and make sure that you click that subscribe button. Make sure you like and share, because I am trying to grow this community. And it's been so freaking awesome to speak with so many people and to have all of these connections. Right. So I love the fact that I get to connect with people in such like deep ways, and I get to impact people's lives, and that to me is super important, right? So don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and share that, because I really would appreciate that, right? And I am here with you right now. This is live. It's 11 a.m. So if you're here and you have a comment, something to say while I'm talking, all of that, please go ahead and make sure you drop those comments, because I can see them and I will try to like put them up here and answer them if I can. All right. So thank you guys so much. And what did I want to talk about? I don't even know. Like I was struggling for the last few days of like, what do I want to talk about when I go on WINJECT on Monday? And really what I want to talk about is what I've been struggling with and finding out who you are. Who are you? Why are you doing what you're doing? And are you like in your zone? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Thank you so much, Victoria. You're awesome too. So, and I realized that I've gone through a few stages in my my careers and in my business. And in my business, as you guys know, I do coaching and I coach women. And for many years, I was coaching women on a more a spiritual level, Christian level. It was really fantastic. Loved it. Did that for years. It was phenomenal, right? And then I got into a neurolinguistic programming, which I still do, and a life coach and all that great stuff. I got my certifications, all good. And I realized that as I'm working more and more with my clients and more with women, I realized that really what I'm going to be like going into more is being a business strategist and an accountability coach for these women, because I love helping women create that profitable and impactful business that they're envisioning in their minds, right? And I love that. I love helping women like navigate that and to see what it is that they are looking to do and how they're looking to do it and holding them accountable to do it. And that has been like really exciting and fun work. And I'm loving that, because we get to touch on all things, goals, accountabilities, their mind flow, how they show up, their energy. And that has been a game changer. And I am using the word in a pun, right? So, because as you guys know, I love to use the word game. Those are my pillars. It's goals, accountability, mind flow, and energy. That's how we work through it. So the reason I do this work is because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be in shelters. I know what it's like to be abused. I know how to do that already. Been there, done that, don't want to do that again. But I also know what it means to get my goals and accountability and everything in order and climb up to a 6-figure income. I know what that is like as well, right? And even though I've climbed up and really climbed up, I think, in a great way, because I've never had to break any laws, break any rules, anything like that. I've sacrificed, time and stuff like that with, with myself, with family and stuff to get things going. But I realized that life doesn't have to be like that hard, right? And even though I made 6 figures, I do make 6 figures, I still feel challenged at times. And sometimes I still battle with feeling unworthy or having imposter syndrome or feeling stuck. This happens to all of us. And although I am really, really capable, smart, I am a hard worker, right? And I know that I have exponential potential. I know that in me, right? And still the ugly head rears up where you don't think you're good enough or that you have enough information or that you got to keep learning. And there's something inside of me that I just need to do more. I need to create more. I should be doing and impacting more. And I don't mean more like, oh, I'm going to just have to like wear myself to the ground. I mean smarter, right? It's like literally changing your brain to work smarter and to stop like always impeding your own progress, self-sabotaging behaviors, right? And so that's not just in careers, that could be in your life, in your relationships, all those areas where you're maybe growing and thriving in this area, but struggling in this one, or you're doing it in a way that is constantly making you work harder and not smarter. And the truth is that we should be working in a way that even though we are working, we're not exhausted. We're not feeling, unworthy. We're not feeling like we can't do it, like we don't have what it takes. Of course we do. Of course we do. But the thing is we have to get to a point where we start to realize, what do I need to do? How do I need to shift to get to where it is I want to go? Right? And so I know that I work for someone. I work for a company. I love them. They're a great organization. I work, a lot of hours, but I have to say that even in that, as a professional woman, because I am that, I feel like there's still more in me, right? There's still things I want to create. There's still things I feel like God is calling me to do. And that's why the coaching business is here. And I also do kids cooking videos and cooking business because I am a chef by trade and I love to do that. So I don't feel like I need to let go of things that I love in order to do other things. It's about managing yourself, managing your time, managing your mind flow, managing how you're doing things so that you're not overwhelmed and overworked. And now you can't see past your own face because you're so overwhelmed, right? I used to always say, I'm telling you, babe, when I get to six figures, I know I'm going to be happy because I finally got it. I'm there. And I got to six figures and I am super freaking grateful. I am super grateful. And I still feel like there's more. And that means I am not really walking fully into what it is God has for me. That's what I feel that is, right? Because once you're in your groove and you're in your thing and you are flowing in that state where you can actually, flow into your happiness, into your joy, into all of those areas of your life that fulfill you, then you realize, I'm walking in my flow now, right? And I'm realizing more and more in my life that I already have all the success I need. You already have all the success that you need and that you're seeking for inside of you. You are already there. You just need to align yourself and align what it is that you want to do with your vision and your game plan. Right? Because a lot of us are seeking for all of these other people, right? For all of these other experts. And I will tell you that you can learn a lot from other experts 100%. But you have a lot in you already, right? Or should I say, and you have a lot in you already. And sometimes it just takes you getting out of your own way and somebody exposing it to you so that you can realize all you already have in you. Come on, guys. Nobody's giving you all of this. You've gotten here to where you are today on your own. Yes, people help you. There's people that are around you that support you and help you. That's fantastic. But at the end of the day, you got to get your own ass up in the morning, right? And so if you got to get your own self up in the morning, that means that you are doing it. Even if you don't feel like you are. You're getting up every day and you're trying to do what you can. The problem is when we are struggling and going through things, we cannot see past our face. And that's because we are shutting down. Our brain is shutting down. I don't want to actually have these, new things come in because they're scary. And so your brain shuts it down, but you have to reprogram that because you need to move forward in what it is you want to do and align your passions, your love, your joy, all of that with what it is you want to do. Right. So I have struggled in the past with very strong limiting beliefs, really thinking I can't do it, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't have all the tools, I don't have everything I need. And there are so many beliefs that are going to come that are going to try to limit your progress, right? And what you do and how you want to get there is going to be vital for you to look at those limiting beliefs in order to start eliminating them in your life. So very often, our limiting beliefs come when we were kids, right? Something we saw our parents do, or our guardians, or something we saw our teachers do, or something people said to us starts to limit what we think we can and what we think we cannot do, right? So that made me think of this story. It's about an eagle. And this eagle fell into a chicken coop, right? And when he fell into the chicken coop, he was raised by the chickens, right? So the chickens raised him, and as he grew up, his size grew, his strength grew, grew, and his wingspan grew, but he was in a chicken coop. And even though he looked up and saw like these beautiful eagles flying, he didn't know he could fly because he was too much into the chicken or raised in a chicken coop, but yet he was an eagle, right? And so then the question is, are you an eagle in a chicken coop, right? Do you settle for things? Do you just think you can't? And meanwhile, you are fully equipped to take flight, fully equipped to start your business, fully equipped to go out there and launch what it is you want to launch. And a lot of times we are looking too much to the chickens, right? And we're just getting stuck where we are. And that is not serving you, right? You literally do become what you believe you are. If you don't think you can, you're right. If you don't think you can't, you're right, right? So if you dream of becoming an eagle and following your dreams, then stop pecking with the chickens, right? If you're not a chicken, don't act like one. And that's the thing. Like sometimes we don't realize, like, oh, I can't, or I don't know how. I'm afraid of speaking in public. Or I'm afraid of people's judgment. I'm afraid. And we build up all of these fears that are not serving you, because the only thing you should be afraid of is a big ass bear or a lion coming to maul you or something like that, right? Or something that is extremely dangerous. But when it's something like, I'm fearful of success, we need to work on that. Why are you fearful of success? I've been there, I know. But when I broke that ceiling, that's when I broke through in all of my career goals and everything else, right? So have you settled? That's my question. Have you settled in your life? If you guys want to comment, please do. Have you settled? Are you an eagle in a chicken coop? Or have you been there? Right? Are you looking at all of these other people and eagles soaring above you and thinking, man, I wish I was an eagle. I wish. Right? But sometimes we get stuck in this coop because we have been conditioned or raised or not pushed to actually see the potential of who we really are. And so I asked myself that, like, Neena, are you settling? Like, are you really comfortable right now? Are you so comfortable that you're not even looking at where you want to go or looking at what you want to do because you're so comfortable? And when you're comfortable, you don't really want to see. The truth is your brain is comfortable. And that's what the brain is supposed to do, is keep you comfortable. So it's not going to push you unless you have programmed your brain to start pushing you past being comfortable, past being scared, okay? Because you guys have everything in you to do what it is you want to do. You really do. If you thought about it, that means you already have it in you. There's already a seed brewing, right? I want to talk to you guys. You probably heard this story before. I love this story. It was the rebirth of the eagle story. It's not a true story, but it is a really great story, and it's very inspirational, right? And usually a bird or an eagle, I think the oldest eagle was like 38 years old or something. It's the oldest eagle that ever lived. But typically they live between 20 and 30 years in the wild. There's a reason I'm telling you this story. And as you know, that they're great predators, and they're super smart, right? They don't even like to hunt their own prey. They will wait for you to hunt it, and then they'll come down and take the prey from you. Like, that's how good they are, okay? So the oldest recorded one was either 32 or 38, something like that. Anyway, the rebirth of an eagle is a story that goes past that 32 to 38 years old. And they want to live an extra life. They want to do something different. So because this eagle is old, right? It has to make a decision on how it's going to rebirth itself. And so the way to do this is to go to the highest mountain it can go to, climb this thing, and actually be up there for 150 days of no food or anything so that it can rebirth itself, right? It requires a lot of sacrifice. So it climbs to the highest mountain, right? So that it can be away from any predators because it's going to be fragile. It's going to be weak. It's going to have things that it's going to go through, right? And because it's an old bird, he realizes that his beak is deformed, his talons are too big. And so what does he do? He takes his beak and he scrapes it up against the rock until he actually finds all of the sides of the beak, and the beak starts to form into the strength that it needs to eat its prey. Right? It does the same thing with his talons. So he puts it on, he scrapes it almost like a nail filer, right? Files down all his talons because he needs his talons in order to grab his prey. But he's so fragile and so old now that he has to do all of this to rebirth himself to what it is he wants to do. Right? So he goes up to the highest mountain and he realizes his feathers are no good anymore. They're too old. So he plucks every single feather out of his body. That's a very painful process, right? And he allows that his naked body to be up there sacrificing no food, no no water, no whatever, and he's up there saying, I want to be new, I want to rebirth myself, so this is what I need to do to make this happen. Right? So then after his feathers all start coming in, his talons are already sharpened. It's 150 days, which is what, like 5 months or something. And then his beak is sharpened. All of his feathers grow in. But is he ready to go? No. He has to now sit there and wait and allow the feathers to get now their natural oil that they need in order for a bird to fly, because if they didn't have natural oils, the water would not repel off of them, right? So he needs to sit there and wait even more for this natural oil to become the waterproof that he needs. Then, after the oil comes onto the feathers, he needs to actually sit there and wait for a big storm to come, because when the storm comes, the clouds are going to be here, and he's in the top is the highest part of a mountain, right? So he needs to fly over the storm in order for the pressure of the rain and the storm that's brewing in the clouds to push him up, for him to actually go out and do what it is he needs to do. Right? Because in order for him to do that, he needs to now find prey, but he doesn't have the strength right now to fly. So the pressure above the storm is what gets him to where he wants to go, right? It lifts him up. It is a story of transformation and determination for you to live. I am at the stage in my life where I want to live past my old life. I want to do things and be rebirthed as well. I want a new version of me, right? And the only way to do that is to actually go up, pull off everything that's old, find everything that I already have, right? So everything that has been in my life that's come against me, I now can use those tools and that knowledge that I have to now Neena 2.0. You see what I'm saying? So don't think you're broken, and don't think that you don't got this. You absolutely do. And everything that you've been through in your life and the shit that tried to kill you and take you down did not, because you are sitting here today. Now take everything you have learned, all of those tools, all of that knowledge, and put it to use. Find your beak. Take your talons and make them sharp. Everything that has come against you that has loaded you up, pull it off. Take it off, pluck out everything, right? And then start to rebuild who you want to be. Be the eagle. You are worth it, right? And the only one that can do that is you. There's stuff inside of you. There's stuff inside of these ladies that I coach and that I'm with that is absolutely astonishing to me. And I'm like, wow, that is a beautiful idea. And then we start working on their version, their vision, and what it is that they want to do. And I just sometimes I'm baffled as to why isn't it done yet? Why? We get into our own way. We get in our own way. We get in our own heads. We start to talk to ourselves as if we can't. You freaking can. Why not? Who said? Right? So start plucking out the feathers. Start taking out all of that limiting belief, all those things that tell you that you can't do something, all those things that tell you that you're afraid or fearful or not going to accomplish. Pull it all off. One feather at a time, one moment at a time. It's going to be painful, right? Think about the eagle. If he was pulling out every feather, can you just imagine what that must feel like to pull every feather out of your skin? Well, I'm asking you to do the same. Pull out all of those ideas. As soon as something creeps up inside of you that starts to really tug at you or pull you down, you look at that thing. Why am I feeling like that? What is another perspective? How did that even get there? What do I do to remove this from my life? That's what you need to do to start moving forward. Because if you don't do that, ain't nobody gonna do that for you. Ain't nobody gonna do that for you. But you can always find someone to help. If you need a coach, a mentor, a good friend that's into helping other people, whatever it is you need, it does take a village, but you can do this. The only one that could do the work is you. I could give you advice up to the wahoo. And if you don't feel like doing it, ain't nothing gonna be done, right? But I'm telling you from someone who has felt broken. I have felt broken in my life. And there are times that I still feel broken sometimes when I'm like, I just can't, I'm so overwhelmed. And I realize that I got to step back, push back. Hold on. Let me take away some of these feathers. What's going on here? Right? Because you need sometimes a timeline perspective, an overview of your life to realize that you're afraid of shit that ain't even really something to be afraid of, right? That you're actually not doing what you fully feel like. How many of you have ever been in the shower or driving and you get a fantastic idea, right? Like the best idea you've ever had, and then you don't execute? I know I'm not the only one. I know I am not the only one. How many of you have ever had that? Like you thought of the best video you could ever come up with, or the best book ever, or the best strategy for your business, and then creeps in the ugliness, creeps in this thing about, oh, I can't, or I need this first, or I got to get the best camera, or I got to get the best lighting, or I got to get the best microphone, or whatever it is, right? You will find anything to self-sabotage something that you don't know yet. Because if you haven't had 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, you don't know what that feels like. Of course you're afraid. Are you kidding me? Of course. You've never been there. When you haven't been there yet, you don't know it yet. And so your brain will shut down to make sure that it protects you from something that is unknown. This is where you push through. This is where you keep going. This is where you pull off the feathers. This is where you start to find your beak. It is time to rise above the clouds and let the storm take you to where you need to go. There are always going to be obstacles. There are always going to be something that's going to come against you. There is always something that's going to stop you from doing what it is you want to do. And when that storm comes, it is your decision. It is fight or flight. Your decision. Now, I suggest that you fly over the storm and go do what it is you need to do. Nobody's stopping you but you. There is life, air, and opportunity. Pick one. It's up to you. And I want to see women thrive. I want to see you freaking blow it up. That is what I want. I want that more than anything. I wish I had this version of Neena 20 years ago, right? And so I feel like all these years, all these 15, 20 years of this hard work is coming to a place of helping other women. Freaking love it. I love what I do. I love that I'm here, and I love that you are watching. Thank you so much, Alicia. Spot on. I'm really glad you're enjoying that. You know, you guys are really like the reason why I'm getting on here and doing what I'm doing, because when you guys start to support and start to, you know, call out and start to like comment and all that kind of stuff, I hope and pray and push myself to make sure that the best version of me shows up. That's important. And that keeps me accountable, because I am accountable to you. I make sure that what I bring isn't bullshit, but actually things that you can do in your life, that you can put in your life and actually, you know, implement in your life, right? So when I am helping these women look at their business and then strategize so that they can do it and move forward, listen, it's all about women winning for me. All right. I love men too. Sorry, guys, but I really have focused my business on women. I love seeing them win. I love seeing them rise above. That's just been something that's always been in me. And that's why even as a chef, I went from dishwasher to director. Why? Because I love women in this like power stance. These women that take something that could have broken them down, but they use it to lift them up. And being in culinary, listen, that's a male dominated world. And whenever I see a woman chef rise, I'm like, high five, girlfriend. That's right. This is something I've been trying to put into good, Alicia. And you should put it into practice because you're the only one that can. Like, you are literally the only one that can. But if you are trying, I want you to change the word trying to I am. So I am putting this into practice. Okay. No more I'm trying, because trying tricks your brain into thinking you're doing something that you're not fully doing. So you might be doing some things, but maybe you're not even looking at it in a whole dimension to see what else you can be doing. Okay. So no more trying. This is something I am putting into practice. Okay. Then that's just something that I've had to even do with my life because, I'm trying to lose weight. I see AJ is here. I'm trying to lose weight, right, AJ? And it's not until this last year that I realized, yeah, I did. I actually changed my life a lot. I've changed the way I eat a lot. I've changed what I did a lot. I did a boot camp for a year and a half. I really, really had put effort into it. But the truth is, putting effort and making it a part of your life, making it something that is a non-negotiable, are two different things. And that's where I'm at in my journey with that right now, because it has to be something that I am going to put into practice. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Alicia. That's right. I am putting it into practice. That's right. Amen. So I love that you guys are, always on here, always supporting and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff I have coming out for you guys as well, because I love pouring back in. So I just finished 2 ebooks. I know a lot of people are always like, how the hell do you find time to do this stuff? I time block myself, and that's another skill and set that I use with the women that I coach. I really time block myself. That's how I get a lot done. So I finished 2 ebooks, and I'm going to make those available to you for free. And as soon as my website is completed, because my web designer is working on it right now, and I'm coming out with courses as well. Some of you already took my forgiveness course, because forgiveness is about energy. You need to get rid of anything that's like sitting in you that should not be. Right. And I really believe in showing up to your best self. And the way to do that is to eliminate a lot of shame and unforgiveness and all that crap in our life. Right. So the first book is a small one. It's really short. It's called Unleashing Your Greatness. And it's like 5 steps of unleashing what is in you. Right. So in order to achieve the best that you can out of your life, you have to try to see what is in you, because you have greatness in you already, ladies. Men, you have it in you already. This is where we achieve the most out of our life's possibilities, right? And we also experience the greatest satisfaction and joy from doing just necessary tasks that we have to do to achieve what is already in us, that greatness that is already there. Okay. And then the second book is going to be called Mastering Your Game. And this is how to improve your mind flow and how to show up. What's your energy? What's your goals? What are we doing? Right. And so I wrote those because I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to pour a lot of the knowledge, not just in video or podcast, but also like, written, right? Because then I can hit all 3 of the way people learn. Right. So mastering your game is about, this is what I do with my clients. I have 4 pillars, which is goals, accountability, mind flow, and energy. And so this book is touching on some of those things, right? Because sometimes you freeze up even when you're facing an obstacle that maybe it's not even a big obstacle because you have too much coming at you. But I promise you, you got this. Hey, that's right. That's right, Lovely Styles. That's right. You got this, right? Right. Time management. Oh, that's your struggle. Yeah. You know what? That was my struggle too for a very long time. And I don't know about all of you guys watching, but there's too many people with too much information. And so what's happening is I'm getting slammed with like this course and that course and this thing and that. And I'm actually going to be cleaning out my email box soon because it's too much. And I realized that I was getting overwhelmed and frustrated and all of that because I had too much information. And sometimes that happens because then we don't know what our information is. And that's what I'm saying to you. You have what is in you already. Okay. All you guys need sometimes is a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of guidance to pull you out of whatever it is that's stopping you. That's it. That's it. All right. So I am so glad. So we have a few things here. So lovely style, you are going to start managing your time. It is not a struggle anymore. Okay. So we're changing language here today. That my management, my time management is improving, is what you need to say. My time management is getting amazing. My time management is my strength. Okay. It is no longer your struggle. Okay. You are not going to struggle with it anymore. And a lot of times when we struggle, our brain automatically goes into shutdown mode, fear mode, blocking mode, doesn't let you see. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So lovely style, your time management is amazing. It's improving. It's working for you. Okay. That's what you're going to do, because every time you say struggle, you are going to struggle, right? Because you're telling your brain that's what it is. All right. So, and I'm Alicia, very proud of you for putting it into practice. You guys are freaking awesome. Victoria, thank you for being here. Karita, I love you ladies so much. I am so glad that you are here with me today. Don't forget to go on to winject.com. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I can put in the links and everything for you guys if you guys want to go on there and check out the community and all they are doing there to grow. But I love you. I'm grateful. This is Neena Perez. This is Straight Talk, no sugar added. Until